Hey everybody, welcome to that Vinyl channel. I'm that Vinyl Guy Boz. On this episode, there's going to be a change of venue. I'm here in my kitchen. I'm going to be showing you how I wash my records. You're not going to want to miss this, so don't touch that dial. Okay, and welcome back. So I'm going to go ahead and go over everything I pretty much use to wash my records. Now this is in no particular order, but I do have this plastic crate here. You can pick it up for $1, dollar store, Walmart, $1.25. Plastic crate. I use dishwashing soap. I have a foam sponge that I use. I do use this non-slip shelf liner, and I'll go over that with you in a minute. I also use this towel here, which is a glass polishing towel or a mirror polishing towel. Again, I'll go over that here in a few minutes, why I have that. I do have a little device here. This is a vinyl one stack. I use it. It's pretty much, it protects the label. So it also helps to carry the records around. So I use that. I use distilled water. Okay. I have a 8-ounce bottle here that again, it's with distilled water, and I'll show you that here in a few seconds. And I have two of these 12-ounce bottles that I use to actually rinse off the records once they're cleaned. So that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up now and show you the actual process I use to wash my records. Okay, like I said, I have this vinyl one stack. I use it as a label protector. It's pretty much easy to use. Comes apart like that. It has a little washer here on top. Okay, it has rubber on the inside, and that protects the actual record. So I'm going to go ahead and get a record and show you how it goes together. Okay, everybody, so I have the record here that I want to wash. This is Hooters Nervous Night. I picked it up out of a dollar bin, and I do want to wash it. So what you want to do is you take the bottom of the one stack, and you put it through the hole of the record like that, and then you take the top, put it on. Then you have the washer. What the washer does, it helps keep water from getting in around the actual screw. Then this tightens on like that. You don't want it too tight, but you want it, pretty good on there, right? And that's it. And like I said earlier, it helps to also help to carry the record around, and it helps to protect the label. Okay, so I made this myself, and this is with those items that I showed you earlier. This is the crate I showed you. This is the non-stick shelf liner I showed you, and this is the cloth. This one is great. It's like the blue one. It is a glass polishing cloth. Okay, so what I've done is I have put the liner on top. Okay, and this helps keeps things from sliding around. Okay, and this goes on top of that, and it actually protects the record from getting scratched up, or it's just another layer of protection. Okay, and it works pretty good. Now, you see here I have a hole in the middle. I'm going to explain in a second why I have that. But what I do is I take the record and I put it on top like that. Okay, don't forget I have my little sponge right here. All right, and then I take my 8-ounce and I put a little bit of water on it. Okay, I actually used this earlier, so it's still kind of wet. If it's dry, you probably want to put even more water on it. Okay, I want to put some dish soap on it. Well, that's closed. I don't know how that got closed. Okay, so about that much. It doesn't need a whole lot. Okay, and then it's pretty much easy at that point. You just take it, and now I'm holding this here, and just go around in some circles. Okay, you can put a pretty good amount of pressure on this. Records are pretty versatile. I suppose you could crack it, but I've yet to break a record. I mean, you can put pretty much a fair amount of pressure on this. If it's a very dirty record, you may want to scrub it a little bit more. If it's a brand new record, maybe less. And you want to make sure you get all around it. Okay. I'm not spending a whole lot of time, especially this record here was already pretty clean, so I just want to get any loose dust off of it. Okay, and then I turn it over. Now remember how the hole here, So because this has this little thing here, it goes right down on like that. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing with the other side. Got some traffic outside. Sorry about the horn if you can hear that. And pretty much, again, depending on how dirty the record is, how old it is, etc., depends on how much time you want to spend on it. But again, this was a pretty clean record, so, and that's about it. And what I do is I turn it over, and now it's ready for the next part. Okay, so this point forward, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get the soap suds off the record. We just washed it, and my hands are still wet and they're full of soap suds. So the very first thing I want to do is I want to rinse off my hands. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my hands as well. Okay, so I grabbed the record, and you can see it still has the soap suds on it. Okay, so over here are those two bottles I talked about earlier, the two 12-ounce bottles. They have distilled water in them. Okay, I use distilled water because I'm in downtown Orlando, and we have hard water, and that's going to leave deposits on your records that you're going to actually be able to hear. So if you live somewhere in the country where you have well water, maybe you don't have to use the distilled water, but here I do. So what I do is at that point, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Okay, and so I got both sides rinsed off, and all you need to do now is set the record to dry, whatever you use, but I use this little device here. I'm sure you can figure something out to set it to dry, and it'll be all set. Okay, and that's it. That's how I wash my records. So I want to thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I do respond to all comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time.